Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome back to the Ni No Kuni, the Wrath of the White Witch Let's Play. And if you did miss out during the last one, well, we just made it on over here to a new destination known as the Skull Mountain. Went and bowed out with some new familiars, and from there we also did go and meet up with the Sky Pirates. Now, we did meet up with the leader known as Kublai. Now, during that time of meeting up with Kublai, there was a crazy red dragon that went and showed up out of nowhere, but at least we managed out on completing out with that boss, and now we can go and learn about these 3 stones that needs to happen within here. Now, unfortunately, right now, with the Morningstar one that we have, this one is completely useless. So until we get those 3 stones, that should at least hopefully try to power up everything that's going to happen within our time, though. Now, Kublai does have a pet dragon, and we do have to go and reach on over to a place known as the Solitary Isles. I believe that's what we were getting our information about. Now, however, with Tengri here, is that, unfortunately, it seems like he can't really go and do any flying at this point in time because he has some sort of broken-hearted type of issue as well, too. Now, the soulmate of Tengri is back over at Mortarville that we have to go and meet up with. Now, there's a character which I don't think we've ever really met up with, and I want to say his name is known as Dennis. Now, we have met up with a dog that was within Mortarville, and I believe that dog is actually the owner for Dennis that is over here, and we'll have to go and meet up with that guy there. Now, however, this is going to be another one of these nightmare bosses that we have to go and fight with. Now, I want to say this should be at least one of the last of the different nightmare bosses to go and do. Now, I went and already did my first attempt here within this episode, and I was really close to be getting ourselves with a victory here in this game. Now, unfortunately, that did not go out as well as planned. We were very close to it, and Swain was my last character, and unfortunately he had to go and take a little bit of some extra more damage, and I think I ran out of healing as well too during my time. And not only that, but I don't really have a lot of the feathers alongside with us as well too, which that also became somewhat of a problem. And I lost Oliver within the battle. So I couldn't really go and gain any type of free other healing along within there, which that really sucked. And if I actually had like another feather, I think I would have at least got myself with the win. But however, for the next battle that will happen within the next video, I will make sure that we will get ourselves with a dub and make sure that we continue onwards within our time from here. Now, within these 2 videos for today, not only are we going to be doing our time with just only with Ni No Kuni, of course, but we are also going to be doing some more of Ocarina time as well. We do have the Shadow Temple that is going to be getting itself finished off here within the 2 videos, which that would be nice. Finally get ourselves with the Medallion of the Shadow Temple, and we can start doing a lot of side quests within our way for the next other videos that are going to happen afterwards within the Ocarina of Time. Now, if you guys do recall, back in the very beginning of our episode, we just had a evolution, a final evolution, and that is going to be for King. So now we actually do have Dynamite finally added onto our team now, and that is very nice. Now, if you guys don't know, I did tell you guys from before that King actually does have 2 different evolutions at the very end that we can go and do. One is Mercimite, and the other one is Dynamite. I believe one actually works defensively, while the other one works more offensively. And that's what we're going to be wanting, is more offensive type of stuff. So we want him more physical-wise instead of more defensive-wise. Now, mind you, we already have a good enough defensive type of familiar right now. And that is already with, well, it's not Paleolith just yet, but it's Megalith right now at this point. Now, we're already back all the way over here at this council area where the White Witch is going to be, and I'm pretty certain that Shadar is also going to be back around within this area as well, too, which, again, this man has literally failed at least 3 different times, you know, and the White Witch already went and specifically said, I think, what was it, back in the last episode or something around there, she did say that she was going to kind of take over most of what Shadar is going to be doing since he's been failing so many amount of times, and we already been through all the different strikes that Shadar has just been through within here. Now, from this segment is that we are going to have to go and learn that these 3 stones that we have to go and search for are going to be holding out on 3 different bosses of the Guardians that are going to be here. Now, it kind of works almost exactly in a way of how Dark Cloud 2 works, because if you guys remember, back around at, like, I want to say, like, the somewhat ending of the game that was happening. We had to go back into some of those previous dungeons that we went to from the last time, and we had to go and search for those special, some of those 3 special stones that had some bosses that were already located in those spots as well. So we'll just have to just do a little bit of some more extra training and whatnot, and hopefully we'll be ready for when those bosses do actually go and show up. Now, I did go back to, I think, back to Hamlin, I think, off recording, and I decided to go and get some other new equipment for our guys. So I do have some, like, brand new swords, I do have brand new shields, we're all good with that. But even if it was my first attempt, we still didn't really get the job done, even with those new equipment alongside with us, which that really sucks. Now, once we go back to Motorville, we should be able to hopefully get to go and see Kublai's soulmate that is going to be there, and that is going to be the dog as well too, that we're going to have to go and meet up with, which he'll take us right over to where Dennis's place is going to be from there.
It does.
Listen to me well, Shadar. The keepers of the stone shall henceforth answer to you. I am honored. Use your new powers wisely. The Wizard King's most faithful servants are now yours.
Ooh, that sounds a little bit scary right there. So it seems like Shadar has some new powers at this point in time. But I don't know, is his 4th plan going to work out here? Probably not. It all just depends on how good our team is going to be for the long run. Now, Myrtle is going to be showing up once again, and we are going to have to go and add her alongside within our journey as well too, which that would be really nice. Now, I'm kind of curious. I know that we've already seen, like, so far with Myrtle and having to know about what the soulmate from Myrtle is all about. But, I don't think we've ever got to go and ever get to see a soulmate for what Swain's character is all about here. I don't think so, right? Maybe we'll probably find that out maybe a little bit later on throughout the game. Because, like, we met, like, so many other different characters so far throughout our time of Ni No Kuni, and we got to see a whole bunch of their other type of soulmates that are happening. But just not one here for Swain just yet. Now, while we are still going through this episode, I do want to let you guys know that so far within the program for my college right now that I'm at, I'm actually doing really well so far. And right now, I think I'm just already halfway throughout my 2nd semester right now, and just in the midway part of everything that's going on. And I want to say, hopefully, by the end of everything, I could just be able to just graduate and just move off into something else that I would like to go and do. Now, mind you, I don't know if I may probably continue onwards with doing any more college, I think. Because I want to say, like, probably by this point, I think later on, I would like to start getting myself, like, a full-time job. And actually start doing, like, actual working and editing and doing other things within an actual, like, studio and other things of that type of nature later on within my life. Now, that all just depends about what's going to happen within my YouTube channel as well, right? Because I know that I went and already talked to you guys about that before, is that, like, once I get, like, my full-time job and everything, things are going to kind of change around a little bit here on the YouTube channel. I may probably not be able to do a lot of daily videos that I normally kind of do, like how I did it before here, throughout, like, several years of my YouTube channel. So, it looks like we have to go and use the nature tug spell once again, and that's how we'll be able to go and talk to Dennis's dog. So his name is Mr. Gennis, it seems like. But yeah, so this is basically Kublai's soulmate, which we already kind of went and discussed about that. Because it does have the same type of, almost looking type of face that what Kublai kind of has as well, too. Like, the personality, or I guess the body expressions kind of feel almost exactly familiar from what was going on the other dimension that was happening. But yeah, majority of what my program is now is that originally before everything was just like all like solo, like homework wise, Now, I want to say that for this midway part of this semester is going to be all group projects, which that's not going to be something that I'm all that too fond of, but you know what? It's kind of something that I kind of have to go and do anyways. But even though that I've been in some groups that, like, so far throughout this college that I've been at, have been at least somewhat relatively decent, and so everything should at least be somewhat okay for our time, though. Huh. So just like what happened is going on with Tengri, is that there's something going on with Dennis, and it looks like we need to go and try to fix out on what type of medicine that we need to go and do with him. It looks like, but I don't think it's going to be any type of medicine issue because we already know that it's already a broken-hearted issue at this point. Okay, Myrtle. Come and tag along with us. Nice. Yeah, Wade is just trying to figure out how everything is like all trying to piece out together here within this area. Even though that he can't even get shown out or get even seen anywhere in this area, since like he's in a part of another dimension. Now, since we are going to be going and having to tackle out here with the boss that is going to be happening, I guess I could go and introduce you to some of the different new moves that are going to happen within this nightmare boss that you may want to be a little bit careful about. Now, remember with like Candle Abracadabra that we went and battled out with, he had like a lot of annoying effect abilities that were happening around. Like he was having like a lot of things to kind of like, well, basically slow us down a whole lot, or it was like lowering our defenses like quite a bit and stuff. Well, this nightmare that Dennis is going to have is going to be almost in a similar type of ballpark as it, but basically what's going to happen is that he's going to majority part put most of your familiars to sleep while using some sort of restless sleep ability move that happens. And not only that, but he will also be going and using out another move known as Oil Spill that will basically be a scattering type of AoE effect that will do a lot of damage to most of your characters, and you want to be very careful for when that actually does happen there as well too. Now, one thing that I should probably go and do within my next attempt is probably go and add some things to most of our other characters, like for Swain and Esther and for Oliver, because I never really added any type of like extra like defense buffs or anything, or any other type of extra attack buffs. So we'll have to go and work around with that, because it seems like the only way that I have to go and probably defeat off with this nightmare boss is having to use extra more equipment. But just for Oliver, Swain, and Esther there. So yeah, as you guys go and basically see right there is that this nightmare boss will only put one of your other members to sleep, and then you'll just kind of switch between the two. Now, unfortunately, during this time, I lost out on both of these two guys during the majority part of this battle, and here's that Oil Spill move that I was talking to you about, and that does like 70 damage right there. And by this time, I was already out of like majority of almost all my sandwiches, and even when I want to try to even like heal up here for another time, like right now everything's okay at this point, so we got ourselves a few more extra type of hits around. Now just be careful of the purple orbs, because we've already been through that type of situation. If you touch one of those type of purple orbs, it's just gonna like just start injuring you quite a bit, and also put us to sleep, which even though that I can't really go wake up at all unless if he attacks me. But here we go, that should at least kind of work, right? There we go, look at that, that did a nice amount of damage right there. Now, this would have probably been the nice moment to go and have Oliver get revived back up, but I have no other feathers, so I can't really go and do anything right there. Now, this is where I was going to try out the brand new move, the blind shot. I was going to see if I could actually go and put any type of effect there, but unfortunately, I just cannot do it right now. Yeah, like, I couldn't even, like, wake up or anything. Now, I went out for the all-out defense, but it just did not do anything either. Like, we were so close, and this last and final Oil Spill is going to do so much damage. Yeah, that did like 74, and with the double hit from that orb. And there we go. Unfortunately, that is a game over. Wow, that's like our, what, like third or fourth time that we lost to a bot out here with the game over like that? Man. Well, see you guys in the next one, and peace.